Hello everyone, it's me again, SuddenlyNinja, and welcome to the very first episode of Indie Beginning, which is my new show featuring indie games that I think deserve some extra attention. This week, that game is Game Dev Tycoon, which is an indie game which was created by Greenheartgames, which is a company run by two brothers called Patrick and Daniel Klug, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. And basically it puts you in the driver's seat of a game development tycoon, or company, if you will. The game is set, I believe when you start out, it is set in the 1980s, so over the years more and more consoles come out for which you can develop, but we'll all take a look at that when we play the actual game. For now, let's go and start a new company. There we go, I've clicked a new button and it tells me to skip the tutorial. I've actually already played a little bit of this, about a week of it, and I've got a pretty good idea of what the game is all about, so I think we're just going to skip the tutorial and I'll show you all of the important bits and bobs in there. So skip tutorial, be a rebel. Welcome to Game Dev Tycoon. In this business simulation, you have been transported back in time to start your very own game development company, right at the beginning of the PC revolution. In the next 30 years, you can build your dream company, create best-selling games, gain fans, and become the leader of the market. You can never have enough fans. Who knows how hot it'll get. Yes, that's why you come to this channel. Bad humor. Okay. Oh, there's more. Before you can start your adventure, you have to give your upcoming company a name. I totally forgot about that, so we'll press OK again. Let's call this Ninja Incorporated. More importantly, even, let's give our player a name, because as you can see, we can give them all kinds of crazy hairdos. I actually like this one for a game developer, and this implies that you can change his body type, but you can only change his shirt, because he never ever changes his pants or his shoes. I don't know if that's a thing with game developers, but it is a thing in this game, so let's give him this kind of fishy pattern in there, and let's call him Kenneth. Let's call him Kenneth. Let's go with Kenneth. I actually like the. I think I actually like this hair even more. It's like he's wearing a helmet. I'm sorry. Back to the game. Continue. So there we go. There he is, Kenneth. This is actually how you start the game. You sit in your basement. I don't know if it's your own basement or your mum's basement, but you have a car under a blanket, and you sit behind your computer and you create video games, and you try to make a video game, or one big breakthrough video game that gets you all the cash that you need to upgrade to the second tier of Office. I'll show you that a bit later in the video. And one of the first things that was really hampering my progress in this first stage, because you don't really know what you're doing and you're trying to find things out, is this thing up here. And as you can see, it shows our cash and it shows our fans, but it also shows what time we are now in. So we are in year 1, which means the first year, month 3, and week 4. And blammo, we're now in month 4, and as you saw there, that's 8k of our income lost. Now it says we have 46,000 left. I don't know, 46,000 what? Dollars or euros or pounds? It's 46 currency. But as you can see in those few seconds that it took me to say that, bam, that's another 8k gone, and that's almost halved our initial income, or our initial money reserve. So we better start creating games. Unfortunately, there's only one button we can click. Let's develop new game. You're going to be seeing this a lot, game concept. There's initially only these 3 things to choose from. If you get a little bit further in the game, this is going to expand, and fortunately this also pauses the time, so it gives you a little bit of a breather to think about your next step. So let's go and create our first game right here. Let's call it... it's been a bit of a tradition actually for all my game companies to start with Pokemans, and I usually just put 1 in front of them, because later on in the game you get the ability to create sequels for games, and I just like making sequels to Pokemons. So let's pick a topic. You initially start out with 4 topics, but as you can see, there's a buttload. Yeah, let's go with buttload. There's a buttload of topics to discover, but right now we'll go with I don't know, sports. So we're going to make a sports game. Then you pick your genre. What kind of sports game would you like to release? I would like to release a sports simulation game. And then we go to platform, and as you can see right now, there's only 2 platforms available, because like I said, this the start of gameplay is in around 1980, and so there's only a PC and some kind of G64, which I've not quite figured out what that might be, maybe an Amiga or something. I don't know, it has the biggest percentage of the market share. So we're going to create our sports simulation for that. And now, foolishly, I've called it Pokemons because I expected to be able to make a game like that. But now we're going to have to rename it, so we'll rename it, I don't know, Bowling Arms, because that is a thing. That's a thing. Now, as you can see, creating even a simple game, because trust me, this is a simple game for Game Dev Tycoon, it costs 25,000 currency to even start creating this game. We only have 38 currency left, and that is because I was talking for 30 seconds. So you really need to be on the ball. Let's call this Bowling Arms. There we go. You need to be really quick about what you do in this game at the start. Let's go and create this game then. Click on Next. And you are presented with feature selection. Right now, the only features we can choose are text-based or 2D graphics. Of course, we're going to go for 2D graphics, which adds another 5k to the price. See, 25k and 30k. Fortunately, we have 30k to splash, so start development. So you see right now is these little orbs up here. One says design and one says technology. These are your main orbs for creating a game. Depending on what kind of skills your main creator has, either this one or this one gets more points than the other. So more points in the design orb mean that the design of the game is going to be much more stronger. And the opposite happens if all the orbs go to technology. There's also a bugs orb, which the bigger your game gets, the more bugs seem to seep into the programming. I'll show you a bit of that later, because that only becomes apparent at the end of the development cycle, which is stage 3. And there's research orbs, which you gain through creating games or creating game engines or researching things, and you use these as kind of a currency to unlock other genres and topics, and not platforms you buy, I believe. Anyway, we are now presented with development stage 1 of our Bowling Arms, which is a sports simulation. And this is basically where you get to decide how much time to spend on every aspect of the game. So engine or gameplay or story and quest. Now, of course, a sports simulation has very little need for story and quest, so you drag that all the way down. Engine, I'm not really sure. We're creating something for a rather ancient gaming platform. So I think, yeah, you know what? We're going to go with engine. So full on engine. Then half of the time will be spent on gameplay, and almost no time will be spent on story and quests, because there's no stories or quests in sports simulations. So as you can see now, he goes through development cycle 1, and the orbs go flying. There's only 1, there's only 2 into design, 5 into technology, and 7 research points already unlocked, and we've already unearthed 1 bug. But that concludes development stage 1. Development stage 2 basically has you do the same thing. So a sports simulation doesn't need dialogue. I think it could do with a lot of artificial intelligence, you know, for opponents and all that. And we'll keep we'll drag the level design down as well. This is going to be a really smart game. So clicking OK then brings us up to development stage 2 of Bowling Arms. Oh, we get a warning. Your bank account is in the red. Yes, because our monthly cost has overdrawn our account while making the game. Unfortunately, your bank has enabled you to overdraw your account up to 50,000, but be careful. If your account balance is below 50,000, you will go bankrupt. Alright, got it. Keep developing. And this is development stage 3, where you get, again, these sliders. So world design is not that important. Graphics, yeah, let's go for graphics, and let's leave sound at that level. But this is also the stage where you get to pick extra features for your game. So you've already had 2D graphics and basic sounds. That's the only couple we can choose right now. That's going to add 5k to our development, but that's okay. We can overdraw up to 50,000. So press OK again. Now what you'll see when this bar fills, when he's done scratching his head for a complete week. Industry news. You get these kind of news bulletins once in a while. They usually inform you about, upcoming platforms or trends in certain genres and topics, and you can kind of handily play into those things. So right now it's telling us that recent market studies suggest that the Govador G64 is steadily outselling competitors. This is the platform we're developing Bowling Arms for right now. Consumers prefer the lower price, great availability, and a flexible hardware configuration over other home computers. Experts say that this might spell the end of competing hardware manufacturers. Will they? I can tell you right now, it might spell the end of competing hardware manufacturers, but it does not. The PC remains king throughout the whole game, basically. You can spend the whole game creating PC games and thrive on it. Little spoiler there. Press OK again, then the third development stage comes to an end, and no more balls are being filled here, but as you can see, occasionally a bug gets solved, and occasionally another technology point gets added, or a design point gets added. So this is kind of a little mini ending thing. You can decide to finish it immediately, or you can decide to wait until the bugs are finished and the design and technology is up to snuff, and eventually make your game even better. When that is all done, you just click finish, and you get a overview of how your game did. So seeing as this was our first game, there's no records set, so we haven't broken any records there. And also the developers that have worked on the game level up, so you can see here how many points they get. When you're all good with that, you just press release game, then wait for a week or something. More industry news. According to rumors, the Japanese company Ninja is planning to launch its very own home gaming console. Ninja is known for a widely successful arcade game, Dinky King. Of course, Greenheartgames, being an indie developer, is not really allowed to use things like PlayStation or Xbox or all the official names, so you need to kind of play into that, and I think they've done so in a very funny way, like Dinky King, and I'll show you a bit later in the video some of the names of the consoles. They've been really creative for those. But for now, we'll press OK, we'll skip this, we'll press OK. Once you finish your first game, you get a game review. So, this is done in a really nice way. Our first mark is a 6. Star Games gives us a 6. Let's see, Informed Gamer gives us a 6, could have been more. Nice Experience, 7 from Game Hero. And their focus on engine served the game very well, so that was a good choice for the selected topic and genre. So we'll close that, and now what you'll get to see... Oh, yeah, this is actually what happens when you get your first game. Ninja Inc. Incorporated, a newcomer in the gaming industry, has just released their first game, Balling Arms. The game received favourable reviews. With such a good start, Ninja Inc. are sure to gain fans quickly. Alright, and now what you see, in the first week, we've sold over 5k, over 5,000 units of Balling Arms. We made it in the chart at number 31, so we came into the charts at number 31, which is a good one. Now what you're going to see is that next week, alright, Balling Arms was so successful that you had 23 fans. I don't really care about fans. I don't think they serve a whole lot of purpose in the game right now. So what you're going to see in the second week is that it's going to sell steadily lower numbers than it did the first week when the hype was biggest. Sales records, yes, you get these things kind of... I think these things are kind of annoying some of the times. So up to now, it's we've gained. We're almost at our original finance level already. It's gaining us 10k. This week it's gained us 4k. So it's steadily going down, as you can see. In the meantime, we can still we can try to create a new game, or we can do some research, because developing Balling Arms has profited us, had netted us 22 research points, so we can use them in research. We can either make a custom game engine, but that's very expensive, costs 50 research points, or we can research a new topic. I really like fantasy. No, I really like racing. I've decided I really like racing, so let's research a racing game. So now what we're doing is we're researching racing games while the income from our very first game is still coming in. There's more industry news. I'm just going to skip these for now because I figured by this time you'll have figured out what those things are. We'll wait for him to finish researching. There we go. You've successfully researched new topic, racing. Now, of course, our list, if you can see, topic racing has now been added, and there's an absolute buttload of these to research. So going throughout the game, you'll get more and more research points, and you'll gain them quicker as well, because not only are you able to research new topics, custom game engines, but new gaming technologies like 3D graphics and stereoscopic sound and things like that enter the game if you get on a few years into the game. So you'll be able to research them as well, but they often cost like 150 to 200 or 300 research points, which you really need to build up by, like I said, either making a game or creating a game engine or something like that, let me jump forward into the game a little bit so I can show you the second tier of the office stage that you'll get right after this stage. So there we go. This is actually the second stage of the game. So you get to manage a real office with staff, and I'll explain all of that later. But this is only you only get to this point when in the first stage you create a game that nets you 1 million total currency, or you don't have to do it in one game, but you need to total 1 million of your currency, and then you get an option saying, well, for 150,000 currency you can buy an office and then you can hire staff. So I sit here, this is basically Kenneth, and we lead the whole office. Now I have 3 people in my employ right now who can help me with creating games. As you can see, I've been quite busy. This is actually my own personal game, and I have 9.3 million, and there goes my monthly cost. It is no longer 8,000, it is now 155,000. And there is this is a perfect example of what I said, that Greenheartgames has really tried to be inventive with these console names, the game names, because I couldn't use the real licensed games. So this is a next generation console called a New, which is of course just a Wii. It even has a ridiculously slanted design there, but it's all very obvious what they are pointing at. It's just the names that are different. Micronoft and Vonnie, you know, I don't have to tell you which companies those are. It made me laugh the first few times. I think it's a good time to end the video there. If you like what you see and you would like to buy the game, I do believe that this game has been, is going to be released on Steam. It went through the Greenlight program and was massively greenlit there by you guys. So you'll be seeing this on Steam in just a short while. But if you don't want to wait for that, you can go to greenheartgames.com and buy the game from the developers themselves, and save them the 40% that Steam takes from games that they sell on there. It's only $8 or €6.50, so it can't be that much if you really like this game. I'm really glad I bought it, because I've had a fair few weeks of fun with it right now. Right, that's me done for Game Dev Tycoon. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please consider liking it or pressing the subscribe button, or leave a comment in the comment section below telling me why you didn't like it and what I can do to improve the next video that you might watch of me. So for now, thank you for watching, and I hope I will see you soon.